Thank you so much for staying tuned. You have to talk about politics. Emotions definitely will fly, but we want to protect their own interest. Normal. But we'll do our best to make sure that we contain the excitement or the flair of emotions, all right? Because you get to hear them say one or two things to protect their party, to protect their candidates. You just name it. Join us right now in the studio. He is a legal practitioner, political commentator. Join me to welcome Barrister Greg Adaze. Welcome to TMI. I appreciate your coming.
I appreciate your invitation.
Okay.
Good morning to my viewers at home.
Right. As I Honorable Destiny, and of course, Comrade Festus Eki with us here in the studio. Right now, I want to switch to the topic of this particular segment, talking about local government autonomy, right? The dividends of democracy getting straight to the grassroots. Yes, no longer news that they've gotten their freedom, so to speak. Thank God we were one time a local government boss, or you were not autonomous then. Right now, there is this freedom, and I'd like to take it up from here. Gando J gave an advice. It's not that you are free, be accountable. This freedom, some are saying you want to remain with our master, the state government. Some are saying no, we want the money to come from them. Why it was alleged that some will get the money and give the money back to the state governor, a sign of loyalty. Please take it up from there, Honorable.
Yeah, Wilson, I think you have raised some of the issues that will be bedeviling the issue of local government autonomy. For me, you see, at the beginning of every venture, there's always the TT problem. So for me now, I don't expect anything fantastic. And we should expect worst things to happen. You ask me why? Because we are talking about accountability. How do we encourage or perhaps, train? Here, I think this platform, I said some time ago, that we must endeavor to train the local workforce, the local government, workforce, so that they will now be in tune of the current reality. You don't give what you don't have. According to Wiki, if it didn't day, it didn't day. Permit me. It's as easy as that. For me, I'm not here this morning to come speak grammar, to come. I tell you the way it is. Because I have once been there, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. We must endeavor. You see, in this part of this country, that's one thing we don't do. Unlike the developed client, they make sure that there is a lot when it comes to human capacity. In terms of, they know that they will be applying some reasonable amount, and this person that will be managing this amount, they must have the requisite knowledge or the capacity to be able to manage it, accountably. That we are not doing here. We believe that, yes, let's give it to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. They know what to do. That is an assumption, which, for me, is the same error. We should expect that error very justly. We should expect it. That's why I said we should expect what I use the word quote unquote, worst thing to come. For me, because I know for sure. Yes, it's a good thing. There are some who said, well, it's another, just like before now, that my friend said that if you bring in ESN, that they will go to work for the state because the state pay the piper the two. Likewise, some political watchers, they have alluded to the fact that the federal government, perhaps, quote unquote, the Tinubu, want to have a hold of the local council. So for us,
have a hold by setting them free?
Yes. Then you now have INEC conducting their elections. I'm trying to draw an analogy. So you look at it. So right. in every saying, or in every rumor, there's always an element of truth.
I'll come back to you. Festus, what do you feel about this? After all, you've been in local government, though you've not been the chairman or councillor, but you've been there at the sidelines, watching. Take it up from there.
Mr. Wincy, when I finally read the news about the Supreme Court giving verdict in favor of our president, I was happy because the renewal agenda, that is one of the agenda there. And although a lot of things are still coming, and I want to use this moment to tell Nigerians to be patient with the president. we are still hopeful that the APC government at the federal level will give to the people the dividends of democracy. The 3 tiers of government start from the federal, the state, and the local government. And according to the president, for uneven development, for development to go round, the local government, the local people, those in the slum, must receive money from the federal government. Although we are expecting much, because what we have seen on the first phase now is financial autonomy. We are still expecting to see that there is going to be a federal government body like the INEC conducting elections for local government. The benefit is simple. If I am from a God and I happen to be this local government chairman, and every of the allocation coming from the federal government is given to me, I can sit plan with my councillors and give the dividends of democracy to my people. Although there's going to be misappropriation like what we are seeing in Ego already, where we heard that the local government chairman was impeached because she padded 1.7 billion.
And it was this proof that is not true. Because they are not the ones in charge of projects.
I'm coming, sir. According to my leader. See, if there is not an open door policy, okay, there is not an open door policy whereby we, the citizen, gets to know what is accrued to my local government per month. There's going to be misappropriation of funds. That was where I was trying to talk about the local government council saga and whatever. Even if we are hearing it was rumor, it was it or that, but there is an element of truth in every word.
In every word? Okay, fine.
So, if now that the funds are coming to them, I am imploring the state government, and there is something I've observed for a very long time. In Nigeria, we had Council of State meeting the other day. I guess those states should always have Council of State meeting within the state, elders meeting, if not Council of State, elders meeting.
That'll be a talk for another topic. All right, I'll come back to you first. Now, some are saying that you making them financially autonomous, but the governor of the state having the power to elect them is an exercise in futility. The dividends of democracy may not give down to the people. How do you feel about this?
Yes,
you give them the money, but those that will elect them is still in the hands of the government.
Yes.
That's the why are you giving me that look? But it's the truth.
Yes.
Take it up from there.
I will dive into that question, but
yes.
before then, I need to commend the Supreme Court for the landmark judgment and the Attorney General of the Federation for his brilliant legal job. And I seriously believe that that judgment is an emancipation judgment. It is going to open a drastic door for even a rapid development for local governments in Nigeria. As against what we have been saying before now, there was nothing to write home about the local government. Originally, Nigeria is practicing federalism, wherein power is separated between the 3 tiers of government. But over the years, the state government have reduced the local government to nothing. Because of what? The money that were due to them were not given to them. And that was the main reason, that was the reason, the excuses the local government chairmen were giving for not doing anything as important as local government administration, the closest government to the people. So now that the autonomy, the independence have been given to them.
No, financial autonomy.
Yes.
Because for the election, the state is still in charge.
We'll get there. The constitution need to be adjusted, amendment, so that they will enjoy this, so that there will not be excuses. So that's the reason they have to, the National Assembly has to what? Amend the constitution. So that they will know, so that to cover the lacuna, so that they will not have anything to hide under, so that the people can hold them accountable.
All right.
So that is the issue.
What about the aspect of you being financially free, but the process of election is in the hands of the governors?
That
Is not
cannot,
an exercise in futility.
that cannot be, because the independent INEC is going to be responsible for the conduct of the election.
They've not said that yet.
Because that is where we are going to. That is where we are going to. Even start with, by the judgment, they have the freedom, the leeway to administer their own territory without being an apron string to the governor.
All right.
That is the essence of the government. That is the essence of the judgment. The judgment has saved them from bondage. Before now, the various governors will not allow them to what? They tie them down. But with the Supreme Court judgment, so is the government, they have the liberty to do anything they want to do.
All right. I'm going to ask you the same question because we were one time in local government boss on the destiny, and then you were not autonomous. Whatever the governor gives to you is what you work with. And other local government bosses, they had complaints, but whenever I invite them on air to speak about it, we also say you don't like also. Our job will be on the line for come out to talk. Right now, there is financial autonomy. But the process of election has not been adjusted. Do you think this is just a mere exit as the opportunity for some local government to say, look, we don't want autonomy because of that, in quote right now, loyalty to the government of the day?
Yeah, Mr. Wilson, let me appreciate you again. You see, I think we are trying to jump the gun. The issue we have at hand is a constitutional issue. I think section 165, if I'm not mistaken. You know,
197.
yeah, 197, there's section 165 or 164. Who rests clearly that the
election.
Not the election, I'm not talking about the election, that the day-to-day or what happens in the local government rests squarely in the House of Assembly. If I'm not mistaken, yes, it was in that section. You see, what we are talking is a constitutional matter. Trying to give with left hand, to me, it will solve the problem. If truly we are desirous of having a system that works, we must go back to the nitty-gritty. We must go back to devolution. We must go back to the Nigerian Constitution, where every tier is properly represented. We are rigmaroling. You have said it all. And again, I hate pointing accusing fingers on governors. It is the constitutional lacuna that we need to address. Once that is addressed, everybody, go and answer your father's name. It's as easy as that. So for me, when I'm talking, because I was once a very active participant at the local tier, at the third tier, I find it difficult to comment effectively, because what is happening there is different from where you are viewing it from outside. It's quite different. We talked about joint, accounts. Yes, because it is entertained. So for us, I don't see anything wrong if governor try to preside when they are not the full autonomy to the third tier.
Are you not saying this out of loyalty to the governor?
Sorry?
Are you not saying this out of loyalty to the governor?
No.
Don't forget that in your tenure, many of your colleagues were complaining, but they were so afraid to come out to talk.
We'll see.
I remember clearly because
let's look at it.
I said
what happened?
some of them, please come talk.
We'll see, hold on.
That was when a vote was about to be passed on local
let me
autonomy.
quickly say this.
Yes.
There are certain, requirements,
Okay.
financial obligation from the local government, like the issue of teachers, and many more, that a certain percentage has to from the local pulse. For us, when we go for a JAC meeting between us and the governor, it is for us to see what has come. And some of us will not in turn tell the governor what we want to use XYZ for. I don't know if you are getting me. There was usually a income and expenditure meeting with the governor. That's why I said it just now. I said from the beginning that at this initial stage, we should expect a very fantastic, transition it's going to be, see, the way it was or the way it is. Let me put it that way.
All right.
Because we need to train the people and we need to go back to the constitution and let it be spelled out that this and this the local government, this and this the state, and this the federal.
All right.
So for us not to be celebrating, I think it's not yet for celebration. Not
So
yet
it's time for celebration?
No, not yet celebration.
Okay, all of you agree to that. It's not yet time for celebration.
It's time for celebration. Oh.
You see, we see.
That is my position.
Yes.
And the reason is that as we speak, all the local governments in Nigeria should be prepared and comply with the judgment, irrespective of whatever political what's it called now, bondage they have been into.
Some are saying, some are meant to, they're like, you know, once they give them the money, they give to the governor.
It cannot be. The people who
Because that's what some of them are doing right now.
We see.
The money will come directly from the federal to their account. They'll say, Mr. Governor, sir, this is the amount we have. What do we do? Is that freedom?
We see. With the new position of the law,
yes,
going by the Supreme Court, the people, they are going to hold them accountable at the right time. So it's not the governor they will hold.
It's the chairman they will hold.
Yeah, and again, the chairman does not also have immunity. So they should be, I don't know, they are going to what? They are going to be very serious. And if they are not ready they are not ready for the business of the governance, they are going to have a problem with the people. Because they are going to hold them accountable.
All right. Well, so you really want to have the last comment on this discussion. All right. First, now, autonomy, financial autonomy, but they don't have political autonomy because the state is conducting the election. How do you think this will trickle down to the grassroots? Briefly, because our time is up.
Winty, what Mr. Nabele is saying is right.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean we are not going to celebrate. There is a lot of lapses in the Constitution that needs to be worked on.
Okay.
What I assure him is this: the Renew Hope agenda is much.
We are not yet to get
ABC
for Festus.
Before now, nobody believed the federal government we asked for local government autonomy. It's a plus. Now, at the right time, there is already a push in the House of Rep for a body from the federal government to conduct local government elections. There's already a push for that. So I am telling you that at the right time,
all right,
everything will be settled.
Thank you.
One other thing is this. At now, if the governor pick you to be a local government chairman and he's trying to tamper with your money, you see what happened when a governor anoints another a successor. That's what's going to happen.
Thank you. Our time is up. You don't have time for a last line, barrister.
So we see on the whole, the president is in a hurry for the development of this country.
Okay.
So the National Assembly
should follow suit.
They are also ready to
adjust
and amend the appropriate session to enable them to move on.
Thank you, Honorable Destiny. Thank you so much, Barrister Greg. Thank you, Honorable Festus. Our time is up. We'll have enough to really talk about take a look at the time. Our time is up. Well, you've heard them. This discussion will continue with it next time, okay? Because our time is up.
We need to look at the Constitution.
Right now, the Constitution,
yes,
local government autonomy, financial autonomy, they're saying there is no more financial autonomy you're going to give to them without political autonomy. Who should be the one to conduct the elections?
That's not the problem.
That's the next question. Well, it's in time to be dealt with. Once more, gentlemen, I appreciate all of you.
Pleasure.
Their comment, it has nothing to do with ITV. We'll do it again next week Sunday, God willing. Bye for now.